Hi everyone, it's Kelly, and today we're going to be working with the Impressions in Ink bundle for parts of it. We'll be using the stamp set and the die set. If you want to look at this bundle in your catalog, it's in the annual catalog on page 96 and 97. And here is what the stamp set looks like and the die set. It's really a lot of fun. So our first card today is going to be this card here, and it's really a very simple card. We're going to try to do 2 cards in this video and 2 in the next video so that we can keep this at a minimum for you and a minimum for me. So this card's very, very simple. It can be either in portrait or landscape, and depending upon how you stamp the inside, if this would be portrait, this would be landscape, either way will work. It could be a sympathy card, it could be congratulations on your wedding, bridal card, a shower card. It can be just about anything, a happy birthday. So let's get started. In your package, you will have an envelope that's cream or vanilla. This is pale papaya paper. On the inside, you will find a die cut, a piece of vellum, and then for the inside, a piece of white paper. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our paper, and so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to get out the stamp, and the stamp we're going to use is this one with the 3 little flowers on it. I just think it's a cutie. And we're going to be using pale papaya for our ink. So let me get that out. Okay. And all I'm going to do is stamp in the corner. Okay. Then I'm going to stamp on here. Now you'll notice that this envelope has a K on it. That's so I know it's the one that I am doing for a demo. There we go. So our stamping for this card is complete. Now watch how simple this card is to go together. It's all of 2 seconds to do. So we're going to take our stamp and seal. You can use any adhesive you like. I am trying to learn to use the stamp and seal more and more. So I just do this, and we are going to place this on the inside of our card base. Okay. Now that couldn't have gotten any easier for the inside of my card. Now for the outside of my card, we have 2 elements. We have a piece of vellum, and we have the die cut. I am going to just put an X on my vellum, and when I set this down, it's not, you're just going to try and center it up the best you can. Okay. And you'll see that you can kind of see where that adhesive is. Now I do not believe that I have got a sticky back on here. I don't think there is. I think this is just the gold paper. But let me show you what I'm going to do. I am going to use glue, and you can use the green glue. I happen to like the tip on this glue, and I can control this a little bit better than some of the others. And I'm just going to put some dots all around, and it doesn't have to be everywhere, just a few. And I'm just going to determine, do I want my flowers to be this way or this way? I'm going to go this way with it. And I kind of center it up on the vellum, and I put it down. Now, if you feel like you need to have more space to put stuff, more gluing on there, then what I do is I take a little piece of paper, I put a little glue on the end, and then wherever it's not adhered down, I just kind of slide it under there, tap the glue on there, and press it down. I usually try to get the end ones that are kind of hard to glue. You don't want them getting stuck on things. So like this is really fragile right here, and I'm going to put some glue there so I can get that tip down. And I'm going to need a little bit more glue. And this is the best way to adhere things really easy when they're intricate like this. I personally don't like to put a lot of glue on things, and sometimes when they're real delicate like these areas in here, they will break off, and so this way it's easy. So here is our first card. We're done. That's it. Envelope, card, and all I did was I turned it around from the other ones. This is my first one. This is my second one. But neither way is wrong. So like I said, it could be portrait or it could be landscape, and both ways are correct. Okay? So that's card number 1. We're going through these pretty fast. And let me get to card number 2 for you all. Card number 2 is a little bit more involved. Not much, but just a little bit more. We are going to be making this card here. Let me open it up so you can see the inside. And again, we're using the same stamp set. And this is what it looks like using the beautiful Designer Series paper. And the inside just has a little bit of the Designer Series paper. And here I have gone with the papaya again. And I have put just a little bit here and then also on my envelope. So we're going to start that with looking at what is in the packet for this card. So you'll have an envelope. You will have some embellishments, 3. You will have a card and another card. This is for your sentiment. Then you'll have a little strip to go across the part that goes on the inside like this. We're going to adhere that right there. And then we're just going to put a little flower there. So let's assemble our card. Well, first, before we assemble, we should probably do our stamping. So let's stamp first. I am going to need the thanks stamp out of here. And I'm going to be stamping my sentiment in pumpkin pie while I'm stamping the envelope and everything else in the papaya. Let me get that back out here. So I'm going to start with the papaya because I already have that stamp out and working. And there's no right or wrong way to stamp this down in the corner. I'm just going to stamp that. I'm going to stamp my envelope. I like to do both the front and the back. So it looks like this. Okay, we can set that aside, and I will close this ink up because we know I can wear the ink just as well as it sits in the pad. And then I'm going to get my sentiment here, and I'm going to stamp that before we start all our gluing and assembling and taping, all the fun stuff. So if you notice, I put my stamp on my block diagonally. I do it because it helps me line things up. Some people like them perfectly straight. When I do that, I know that I am going to stamp it perfectly crooked. So I also put this at an angle because it's easier for me to see what I'm doing and to be able to just kind of judge where I'm going with it and keeping it straight. So let's commit. I committed. Look at that. Straight down, straight up. And we now have thanks on our card, on our sentiment. I will put pumpkin pie away because I don't think we need that going forward. We may need this other one, but I'm not sure. So let's assemble. This part's real easy. Little bit of tape. Put it on here. Make it look equal. Our sentiment is together. Let's put our embellishment on the top of here. Look at this. This is the back side of this designer's paper. It's so pretty. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like an inked alcohol ink splatters. I love that. So now I'm just going to adhere this on the inside of my card. The outside base of this card is in the evergreen, and this was a new color this year that I thought for sure I was not going to like very well. And lo and behold, it's one of my favorite backs right now. I just love that color. And let me put this on the front. Look at me go with my tape. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up, and I'm going to put it on here a little crooked because I think it's fun to have a different angle once in a while. So let me get down my dimensionals. Oops. Oh, sorry about the camera wobble. That's what happens when you're clumsy. So let me get this on here. Dimensionals, dimensionals. I just love these things. I also love the fact that I can find the little octagon things everywhere. They just seem to be everywhere. Or they're hexagons. They're hexagons. Well, we don't need to be specific. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here at an angle because that's what I want. I just think it's fun. And now I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put the little embellishments on. Now you could have 2 big ones and 1 little one, or you could have 2 little ones and 1 big one. I'm just putting them around to give it a little bit of bling because you've got the nice bling in here, and I thought that would be fun. So I'm going to put 1 down here, and then we're going to put 1. Getting them off of there sometimes is kind of funny. There. And that is our second card. See how fast this went? I told you it was going to go really fast. These are very fun cards, not hard cards, and that's why I don't feel like doing, I could almost do them all in the same class, but I think 2 is enough. This way it's split up for you. You can do cards 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 if you miss class on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. So thank you again. Everybody have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.